The app Read Cursive helps individuals to learn to read cursive by beginning with the most easily deciphered cursive letters and versions of cursive. For instance, in many cursive styles, a letter A, a lowercase a, is quite recognizable, while a letter S or F may not be. Read Cursive begins with identification exercises that, for instance, will ask the child to look at a cursive A and a cursive M and to touch the A. And the A is usually identifiable. Once A is learned, we can make a harder discrimination, for instance, touch the A versus touch the R. Once the child is able to touch the A and realize by elimination that the other one is an R, the R begins to be learned. Another feature of Read Cursive is presenting letters in incrementally more and more difficult styles of cursive, so that, for instance, a letter S, which is often difficult to recognize, can be initially presented in a cursive style in which it is recognizable, and this can then be faded out towards a more difficult style until the student is able to recognize a more difficult conventional cursive S. Exercises are presented on several levels, beginning with letter identification, for instance, touch the A versus touch the Q, going up towards the ability to identify words, phrases, sentences, and ultimately the person is even given short stories. The student is even given short stories to read and to answer comprehension questions on. In addition, for word practice, we have established several lists of practice words. In addition to commonly accepted frequency word lists such as the Dolch list and the Fry list, which we have built into the program includes a list called the Gladstone list, which is a database of words selected to include the letter combinations which one encounters in English, using every possible letter combination from AA through ZZ that occurs in a child-appropriate or workplace-appropriate vocabulary, so that 85% of letter combinations will be practiced in addition to practicing words and sentences. For instance, for A, we have the word aardvark, because this, of course, although it's a rare word, is interesting to children and also includes other much more common combinations such as AR and RK, in addition to including the DV combination, which is not that common but allows practicing the rather difficult to read letter V in context.
People on the spectrum have a great deal of talent for getting into business and starting things. They have wonderful ideas and can think of great things, especially my wife Kate, who has done many, many things of inventions and development of various devices and techniques for her business of writing, improving handwriting. In fact, I think the main thing is that people on the spectrum often are not the greatest of devising how to communicate with other people to get them. So they need other people to assist them and work with them, such as yourself, so that they can develop their products. They can have ideas, but they need people to promote and develop them so that they will be accepted by the world as great, exciting products such as this handwriting, reading cursive, and other things that she would love to develop.
I'm pleased and honored by the Autism Society of America's attention to the work that we have been doing at Web Team Corp regarding the neglected skill of reading cursive handwriting.
Anytime any business does something that improves the life and deals with obstacles that people of anyone has, let alone people with autism, you got to do it. Right. And today, every one of us, be it if we're autistic or we're not, we need help. in societies how software helped. We know from software that's the best training. We know that when you use software, particularly younger generations, that's how they learn, from 2 years old or even less than 2 years old to whatever. So I think it's a great idea. I think we also know people on the autism spectrum really rely upon software for numerous reasons and excel in ways that I wished I could do half as good.